Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about a stock, ELF Beauty. ELF is the ticker symbol. And I want to go through my five-step process. Step number one, I usually start with fundamentals. So let's look at the company in terms of fundamentals. Um, Company has been doing roughly on an annualized basis. If you look at it from 2016 when it went public, about 15-20% in revenue, slowed down dramatically through 2020 22. Actually, 22 onwards is going nearly at 40-50%. And if you look at it quarterly, what used to be a 10, 15, 20, 30% every quarter on quarter, revenue has been growing in a significant leap and bound, by leaps and bounds, if you will. So the company is going to do roughly about 600, 700 million. This is trailing 12 months. So if you project that out, next 12 months is roughly in the $700 million range for ELF Beauty. And if you look at the valuation, this is a little bit rich. Overall, when you look at the PE ratio, 77 seems like a growth stock kind of a PE. And if you look at it from an annualized perspective, the price to sales ratio of 11 is also very significant valuation. So I'm interested, but it's a little bit rich. The stock is a little bit rich. Now, looking at the performance, I always go zoom out a little bit to try and get a better sense. So from 2016 to 2022 May, roughly about 6 years or so, this stock has been just in stage one, consolidating, moving up, moving down, but consolidating more than anything else. It's in an accumulation phase, is what a lot of people call it. And then stage two, which is acceleration or uptrend, has been significant, going from roughly in the $23 range to $140 range in about a year. So 7x in just about a year and a half or so. So the company has gone from $23 to $139, $140, about 136 today, 136, about 140. So let's say it's about 20 at the bottom, May 2022, April 2022, something like that. And then September 23, year and roughly about 3, 4, 5 months, year and a half, let's take it to be easy, the stock has gone up 7x. So that's interesting. So this is definitely stage two. Remember, stage one is accumulation, uptrend, then you have distribution, and then downtrend. So at some point in time, this growth might stall, but it's not showing any signs of growth slowing from a fundamental perspective. So I'm definitely interested. So this is in a stage to uptrend. I really like this. I wish I'd obviously seen it here, but this is at least in a stage-wise perspective. It seems to be forming a fairly good pattern. Going down a little bit further, still within the channel, seems to be behaving fairly well. If I play out the channel a little bit earlier and try to make sure that I get, so actually, let me get rid of this and just play it out from there. I'm going to take a channel play and move it all the way. That doesn't seem to be working out perfectly. It doesn't seem to be much of a channel in that sense. What I'm going to do is show you how well the stock has been moving. So that was one, which is you look at the, so this is going to form, I think, very similar to what you would call a very strong megaphone pattern. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's going to go up and to the right. Megaphone patterns usually mean going up and to the right. Stretched quite a bit from all of the moving averages. So it's a little bit of a concern for me going into the daily if I wanted to play this. So it's been a steady increase after the steep ramp up over the last, I would say, a couple of quarters or so, 2, 3 quarters. Look at this, even in the time frame that was roughly about 3 quarters, 4 quarters ago, it was still $19 a share, going up all the way to 139. So it's been accumulating, consolidating. Okay, on a daily basis, the chart looks like there has been a very strong post earnings move. Let me show you what that would look like. So on a daily chart basis, earnings were strong. I think that's very good. You look at the earnings PEG, it's actually a little bit of a downgrowth on the trend. It moved up, but then there was a big gap up during earnings. And then it seemed to have filled the gap very nicely, moving up again. So overall, this specific day, the red candle, I'm going to focus on a little bit more just on that day itself. After earnings, gap up, did form a nice flag, then had a huge drop touching the 50 MA, touch the 50 MA, look at the time. Every time it touches the 50 MA, in one case, it's actually touched even the 100 moving average, 100-day moving average. It seems to climb again. So this one has done that again. Now it's getting close to the 20-day moving average. So if I wanted to play this, again, the overall seems like a very strong move just within the short term itself. Seems to be playing within its range, doing very, very well. I don't see any particular reason why this should not continue its rise up. But if I wanted to be able to be safe, here are some levels that I want to look at to be able to buy in. Obviously, the 20 moving average and the 50 moving average are good averages, which is in the 120 range. But the support and resistance seems to be in that 120, 121 range. I'd like to buy into the 120 range if it comes by. But otherwise, if I want to take a small position, might be a good idea to even see if it retests this support, which is in the 127 range. So staying within range, it might actually head up a little bit higher. But if it tests the 125, 127 range, probably buy a little bit. Goes down to 121 range, probably buy more. But all of the moving averages are still curling in the right direction. So I really like the stock. Look at E.L.F. Beauty. Fundamentals are strong growth, 76% last 2 quarters year over year. So it's continuing to grow in the growth trend. The stock is a little bit rich, definitely compared to where its previous valuations were. But the RSI doesn't seem to be in a great spot. So I would expect it to go somewhere, at least fall within the channel. I should expect it within the channel. I should probably see in the 132 range in the next couple of days or so, 1 or 2 days, and then maybe buy it there. But really see, I would watch for after it hits the channel bottom, see if it goes down to hit the 20-day moving average at 129 and maybe buy a little bit there. If it gets down to the 123, 121 range in the 200-day or the 100-day moving average, 50-day moving average, sorry, 50-day moving average, I definitely buy more. Quick interest, if you're interested, let me know what you think, and please subscribe to my channel.